Welcome to the NBA's greatest games. Today, we'll take you back into NBA history and relive one of the great matchups as it happened.
Welcome to Hardwood Classics on NBA TV. I'm Mark Fine. Tonight, we revisit Game 3 of the 2002 NBA Finals between the Los Angeles Lakers and the New Jersey Nets. For the Lakers, this was their third consecutive Finals appearance, while it was the first in team history for the New Jersey Nets. The Lakers dominated the first two games of the series on their home floor. If the Nets were going to make a series of it, they would have to answer on their home court. Let's get you to the action.
Todd McCullough and Shaquille O'Neal on the opening tip, controlled by the Nets. Jason Kidd coming off the off performance, 0 for 5 in the first half, and in Game 2 then came on in the second half. Keith Van Horn, who has been very quiet, tried to go at Rick Fox and succeed.
Well, the one thing that they want to do for Van Horn is get him going offensively. He's a much better player when his offense is on. He does rebounding, he passes, he does everything much better.
The weed, Kidd with the steal, Kittles for the Nets with a 4-0 lead. Now the Nets have led once in this series prior to tonight. For 59 seconds in Game 1, they led at 2-0 and 4-2 of that first game, and that had been it.
That is the biggest lead of the series. The job for Los Angeles is to crush the spirit, the hopes, and the dreams of the Nets.
Fox for 3. And suddenly, the Lakers are hitting the three-point shot. They have not been a good three-point shooting team during the season and during most of the postseason.
But Marv, if you're Byron Scott, you got to bet that the percentages are in your favor.
Kenyon Martin. So the Nets with a 6-3 lead, and the Nets are hoping to disrupt Shaquille O'Neal this evening by going with what they call more decisive double teams. Not there, though, as Shaq is able to hit on the quick release.
Robert Horry breaks the offense by flashing up against the trap. Now they come right back with Todd McCullough. Swing the skyhook big time. Jabbar.
Well, Byron Scott feels that they have to go at Shaq more frequently. He's had a free pass. Well, picked up, what, 3 fouls the first 2 games?
4 altogether, Marv, and he has been the dominant player out there, but the offense is a story for the Nets. They've made all of their shots.
Beautiful ball movement for Los Angeles.
Derek Fisher has turned back, but O'Neal is there, lost it, and able to recover.
Throw it down, big man. Throw it down. Get on the offensive glass. But the exchanges of the perimeter players has just been a thing of beauty for L.A.
Nets have hit their first 4 shots. Martin looking to put the move on Horry.
But look at the shots that they're getting. They're all high percentage shots right now. And that has to make Scott feel good. They're getting good ball movement, good player movement.
And Kobe Bryant with his first field goal. Kobe coming off of 9 for 15, 24 points, 3 of 3 from downtown in Game 2. So the Lakers with the 1-point lead. McCullough with it. An air ball off that jump hook.
That's the shot you have to guard the least. A left-handed hook or jump hook. Todd could get something better than that.
Well, you know, Todd doesn't want to try to do too much. Stay within himself. He is going to be able to get some shots off against Shaq.
Crowd looking for a travel. Fisher for 3. And the Lakers continue the good shooting. They call that a 2 now. He had a foot on the line. Lakers by 3.
Such good looks.
Here's Kittles. Air ball thrown up by Kerry Kittles. Kittles the other night got off to the fast start. Horry chasing that one bounce pass. And last touch by the Lakers.
In Game 1, the Lakers were 1 for 10 from behind the three-point line. In Game 2, they were 9 for 16. So the hot shooting from behind the arc continues for Los Angeles as the Nets try to pack it in against Big Shaq.
Well, now look, they're packing off Martin. They're daring him to shoot that perimeter shot. And this is a layup team, and that's what they got to do.
And we saw at the start when we showed that graphic concerning the poor shooting, how the Nets have had their opportunities with layups but have not been able to cash in. They've missed 26 over the first 2 games. Foul is called. And Crawford indicating the foul on Kobe Bryant.
A much more confident New Jersey team. Jason Kidd, he was bricking all of these shots in game 2. He was 0 for 5 in the first half. The best player, the guy that sets the tone and the tempo, the guy that puts the seed of doubt into Phil Jackson's mind, his voice, his heart. That's the guy, Jason Kidd, who's got to make it happen for New Jersey.
And Phil Jackson upset about that call on Kobe.
Both coaches will have different perspectives of this play. For the New Jersey Nets, this is what they do. Quick outlets and try to run the floor. For Phil Jackson, he wants to know, where's the foul?
It's the easiest play to call in the entire series. Kobe Bryant knocking Kerry Kittles, losing possession. They had a fast break opportunity. You're going to complain about that?
I think Phil is just trying to tell the officials we do not want that tone to be set here in New Jersey. I don't think there's any question about the foul call.
Foul's a foul. You got to blow the whistle. Players will adjust.
Maybe Phil had an obstructed view from the seat. Kenyon Martin working on Robert Horry. And Kenyon Martin coming off a very quiet ball game, has hit his first 2 of 3 from the field.
But it's a types of shot.
Well, Kmart seems to have emerged from chapter 11.
Bill coining yet another new phrase. Shaquille O'Neal. So that is his 3rd field goal. Game 2, Kenyon 2 of 8 from the field, only 6 points. In game 1, he opened up firing away, and 7 of 22 from the field. Last touched by Bryant, so Jason Kidd will put it in play. Jason Kidd came up hobbling the other night after going knee-on-knee with Robert Horry. Has a sore right knee, but says he's all right.
That's the kind of play that Jason Kidd needs to make on a consistent basis. That's what he's done all year long, and they're attacking Shaq and scoring.
Todd McCullough getting possession inside on Shaquille O'Neal, so the Nets now lead by 1.
But look at the shots the Nets are taking. They're all inside. They're high percentage ones that they're making.
Kidd off the steal. And rejected. Beautiful timing by Robert Horry.
He knew he was in trouble, and he was trying to get control of the ball and decided to shoot it anyway.
O'Neal draws the foul. Shaq will go to the line. McCullough picks up the foul. So Shaq hearing some boos back in his home area, born in Newark, New Jersey.
That has been such a good weapon for Jason Kidd, the left hand. And the double team, it's too late. Todd McCullough picks up the foul.
Shaquille O'Neal has done extremely well at the line, 12 for 14 the other night. Shaq purchased 62 tickets for tonight's game for family and friends. That runs about $10,000, I'm told. He was born in Newark, lived his pre-teen years in Newark, New Jersey, and still has a lot of family and friends in this area. So he does have some folks cheering for him in this crowd.
How do you get 62 tickets? Where does a guy get that kind of money?
Oh, forget the money. Just worry about how you get the ticket. He's got paper. There's no bankruptcy there.
That's the 3rd air ball served up by the Nets.
This Laker defense is so great. Robert Horry, we saw with the block shot. Shaq anchors everything. Kobe can shut down whoever he wants to.
And the Lakers swinging the ball effectively. Fox turned back by Martin. Good play by Kenyon Martin.
We have seen such little good play from Martin and Van Horn. It's amazing the Nets have been even this close.
What's the score, Bill?
It's a tie score, Steve.
Fisher for 3.
No longer.
Derek Fisher, 2 of 3 from downtown the other night, and has really picked it up in this series after having difficulties against Mike Bibby and the Sacramento Kings. Again, McCullough is stopped.
McCullough has to change his strategy.
Here's the double. And it leaves Fisher wide open for 3. That, of course, the danger of the double team, but Byron Scott feels it was not working with single coverage and the light double team, almost a casual double team, so they're going for the harder double up, but they can be made to pay if the Lakers continue to hit those perimeter shots.
What New Jersey has to do is keep scoring and keep scoring the 2.
O'Neal just stepping around McCullough, and here are the Lakers up by 8.
What's the score, Steve?
An 8-0 run by the Lakers, so it's got to be a timeout by the Nets. I think it's front running.
5:04 remaining in the first, so the Lakers are on a roll. They have an 8-point lead.
Everything going right. The offense flowing like that river downhill, just coming over the waterfall, and nothing but jumpers from the perimeter.
What is it with you and Rivers here tonight?
And then
symbolism we're
and then when all things break down, you want to send an emphatic statement. Throw it down, big man. Throw it down.
And on the left, that's Shaq's stepdad, Philip Harrison. And on the right, his grandfather, Donald. Not that Shaq needs additional motivation, but as we mentioned, he was born in Newark, New Jersey. And a lot of folks here have come out courtesy of Shaq. And from time to time, you will hear cheers for Shaquille O'Neal.
Let's see how the Nets answer this first surge by the Lakers. They started the Nets very quickly, and the Lakers caught them, and now the Lakers have a lead and looking for double digits.
Nets hit their first 4 shots, but overall just 7 for 15 from the field. Here's Bryant to the scoop. Not able to hit the follow, but he's fouled. Aaron Williams, who just came on, is called on the foul.
I'm not sure what Kenyon Martin is doing. Here's a guy that should be owning the defensive backboards. Here's a guy who is the #1 overall draft pick in the NBA now in his 2nd year. This guy has not had the type of performance you need in terms of leadership, in terms of showing his teammates how he is going to control this series.
Well, now, let's remember, the guy that just got that offensive rebound knew where it was going, Kobe Bryant. Give him some credit. He was on the drive. He's got sensational instincts, and he was the first guy there. Martin is going to rebound today. Rebounding is going to be part of the story for him.
That's what power forwards are supposed to do, provide intimidating presence, deny penetration, and when there's a ball on the glass, climb that ladder and go get that ball and get it going.
Apparently a problem with the clock. The official Bob Delaney calling the Nets back. 11 unanswered points now by the Lakers.
Yeah, this is the story for the Nets. They started well. They haven't shot well since, and they've got to respond right now. They want to stay in this ball game, and they want to keep the Lakers in contact.
And the Nets are now facing the predicament of beating the Lakers in 4 of the next 5 games, beating a team that lost 3 games in a row just twice over the past 3 years.
And the immediate problem is now the crowd is stunned and back in their seats. Fortunately, Kerry Kittles goes to the hoop, and they'll get a trip to the line out of that one.
And a sarcastic reaction from the crowd on that foul call. So Kittles will shoot 2, fouled by O'Neal.
We saw this in the Sacramento series. Teams that can get the ball down the lane by the perimeter defense will have success if they attack the rim and take it right at Shaq.
I'm going to unplug you here and let you calm down a little bit. We're going to have a game before this is over.
NBA Finals. What are they going to do? Wait till 2 weeks from now to get their game going?
Steve, I think Bill has seen too many games. Too much travel. Too many room service situations.
Nothing I hate worse than wasting golden opportunities.
Lakers up by 9 as we approach 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Now Aaron Williams guarding Shaquille O'Neal. Another mismatch for Shaq. See Kidd coming over to help. And a foul is called.
Aaron Williams.
Foul committed by Williams. That's his 2nd.
This is what makes it so difficult to guard Shaq. Because Aaron Williams, that initially is a foul, but if you don't do that, then Shaq lowers his left shoulder and just pummels your chest with it, and they don't call that foul. My experience is that if you hit first, you will get the advantage from the referee.
What a tough assignment for Aaron Williams, who goes about 6'9", 225 pounds. Bryant not able to hit. Van Horn on the rebound.
But it's not as if anyone has had any success here.
And Martin is hit by No, offensive foul. It's a charge assessed on Kenyon Martin.
Martin had made up his mind he was going to come right through Robert Horry. He gets there and he goes right into the chest, and the crowd responds in Martin's favor. A big chorus of boos.
The referee obviously had a much better angle than I did. The rebounds, this is embarrassing. New Jersey has 3 rebounds on their home court. Lakers have 13.
O'Neal getting position. 3.5 remaining in the first. Lakers up by 9. A steal by Bryant. And Kobe on the breakaway.
That's what they don't want to do. Turn it over. They get the rebound, then turn it over. Bad news.
26-15. Lakers.
The key guys, Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin, since the opening moments, have vanished.
Aaron Williams stripped. Well, the Nets continue to try and take it at Shaq, but it has not worked. Trying to pick up some fouls on Shaquille O'Neal. Now the foul is called on the Lakers.
Derek Fisher trying to get in the path of Kerry Kittles. After a terrific start, the New Jersey Nets have fallen on hard times again, and that has been the story of the first 2 games. And they've got to stay in contact. They got 3 minutes to get back to making shots. That's the important thing for them.
And Byron Scott going to his bench for the rookie Richard Jefferson. And Lucius Harris, who comes off the 0 for 9, and in the 2 games, 1 for 14 in the series. Kidd is rejected by O'Neal, and last touch by Kidd.
They're forcing it right now. I mean, they want to go at Shaq, but when they don't have good shots, they should bring it back out. Throwing up bad shots helps the Lakers.
I don't like the rotation of New Jersey's offense off that penetration, and I cannot believe that Lucius Harris is still wearing that mask. I thought it was supposed to be a good luck charm.
Yeah, we were speculating the other day that he might take it off because he does not need it, but he was shooting well prior to the series. O'Neal gets inside, yes, and it counts, and another foul on Williams.
All of that is set up by the perimeter ball movement. If they just come in and try to bang it in and ram it down their throats, that's one thing, but because Shaq's able to keep moving as the ball has been pushed back up to the top and then brought back down to the corner, Aaron Williams now picks up 2 fouls, so that's a major problem, and they're coming quickly. 3 fouls on Aaron Williams? Goodness gracious.
2 minutes of play, so another rookie, Jason Collins, checking in. Shaq now 1 for 3. From the line, back in game 1, late in the game, Jason Collins, out of the 3 centers used by Byron Scott, was the most effective against Shaquille O'Neal, but everything is relative because Shaq also was able to handle himself pretty well. It's a 15-1 run by the Lakers. Shot clock down to 3. Martin, Kenyon Martin with his 3rd field goal. He has 6 points. Lakers 28, Nets 17.
That's what they need more than anything else, to get the ball into somebody with a good idea of how they want to score. When they're struggling, it's because they really are scrambling offensively.
Excellent ball movement again. Fox is not able to hit, and last touch by Horry. That field goal a moment ago by Kenyon Martin was the Nets' first field goal in 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
The Lakers, they don't get caught up in sticking with the offense. As soon as the defense gambles, the Lakers take exactly what is made available to them. Poked away by Horry.
And the foul, a reach in. Harris looking to prevent the fast break, holding Derek Fisher, but the Nets now over the foul limit, so Fisher will go to the line.
Robert Horry does so many things for his team. He'll never get any credit in the stat sheet for that play right there, but poking it away from Kenyon Martin, taking the brain waves and the concentration away from Martin, and then leading to this free throw here by Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher off to the fast start. He finished strong in game 2 the other night. NBA.com is the place for great photos throughout the finals, on the court and off, from action shots of the top plays to celebrities who are, well, as you might say, loving it live. Log on to NBA.com to email your favorite photos to your friends. It's all at NBA.com.
You know who I saw here tonight? I saw Bill Russell, Willis Reed, and Dave DeBusschere here tonight. All Hall of Famers.
Busher, as Kidd is able to hit. Dave here for his one-time roommate as a member of the New York Knicks, Phil Jackson. Minute 25 remaining in this first quarter. Lakers up by 10. Kobe Bryant. And back comes Jason Kidd, looking to run the floor, then pulls it up. Yes! He had a foot on the line. It's a two-pointer. 29-21 Lakers, and for Kidd, his third bucket. He has 6 points.
Yeah, with Shaq down, they're going to try to be more aggressive and pressure the ball. Let's see if they get some quick results.
Chant of defense from this capacity crowd here in New Jersey. Fisher changed his mind, finds Samaki Walker just came on, and he was rejected. Kenyon Martin playing with more confidence here tonight. Harris around Bryant. Harris, nice move by Lucius Harris, trying to turn it from the 0 for 9, and the Nets showing some life here in the final minute of this first quarter, and hearing it from the crowd. They're within 6. Now Bryant looking to post up. Bryant, what a move by Kobe Bryant, who drew the double team.
And a great way to quiet the crowd here. The Lakers can't get caught up in the referees allowing the flow to take place here. You got to keep playing through it. Samaki Walker standing and arguing far too much.
Final seconds of this first quarter. Kidd played on the switch by Walker. Coming up short on that three-point attack. After one, it's the Lakers 31 and the Nets 23. Shaquille O'Neal, the high man, with 11. You're watching the NBA Finals on NBC.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
And Phil Jackson with 154 playoff victories as a head coach of the Lakers win the title. The 2 wins will place him first on the all-time list, moving ahead of Pat Riley, who has 155 playoff wins. Here's Brian Shaw, who just checked in, hitting from downtown, and the Lakers continue the hot shooting from beyond that three-point line.
What a great Knick team that was, though. You talk about the river flowing. They just moved as one. The entire squad. Red Holtzman, a pure genius.
Offensive foul, illegal pick. Called on Keith Van Horn.
Someone told Bill that the Hudson was nearby, and so that's how he got into that river thing today, and he just can't let it go.
I think there's some symbolism there that is over our heads, Steve.
I've been watching the Lakers a long time. These guys are playing beautiful basketball.
Lakers up by 11. Minute and a half gone by in the second quarter.
Well, with this group on the floor and no Shaq, this is a chance for New Jersey to try to get back in it.
Bryant able to hit, so Kobe with his 5th field goal. He has 12 points, and the Lakers now lead by 13. Anthony Johnson has come on. He's playing the point for Jason Kidd. This is Jason Collins working on Samaki Walker. Van Horn not able to get the shot off. His game disrupted by Robert Horry. Here's Collins, wild bank, and rebounded by Devin George.
Whoever Robert Horry guards, that guy has a nightmare of a time. Kobe, he plays better on the road in the playoffs. That's why the Lakers have been able to extend the lead when Shaq goes to the bench.
Nice play by Jefferson and fouled by Horry.
And with Shaq on the bench, Kobe said, look, I'm taking over this thing. He has not had a lot of opportunities because of the brilliance of Shaq in games 1 and 2. But he's made 2 shots in this run. One from the dead right corner and that one. There's just absolutely no defense. Maybe Dave DeBusschere could have stopped that play.
Backcourt of Johnson and Harris for New Jersey. Van Horn, Collins, and Jefferson up front. Here's Jefferson. Oh, he actually had lost control and was able to tip it home.
He willed that one in, and that's what New Jersey needs, more willful play from the rest of the team. You've got to stay aggressive and try to make the Lakers make some mistakes.
Look how nobody from the Lakers holds the ball. As soon as they get it, they're moving it right away. There's not a lot of standing around, not a lot of hesitation.
Here's Shaw coming up short on that three-point attack.
With Johnson, Jefferson, and Van Horn out there, they've got to have a clear-cut idea of where they want to go at this end of the floor.
Anthony Johnson playing with his 5th NBA team in 5 years. He was playing in Mobile, Alabama in the developmental league before signing with the Nets. Van Horn for 3. Bryant lost it from behind. Jefferson getting a piece of it. Richard Jefferson with such poise for a first-year player, and Horry trips him, so the foul once again on Horry. 13th foul on the Lakers.
This is an aggressive Richard Jefferson, and he's putting the pressure on the Laker defense, and the ball comes out of his hand, but you got to keep it going. Maybe that's part of that Rivers thing.
Well, Shaquille with 11 points, 3 blocked shots, and once again has dominated the action. That was last touched by O'Neal. We are early second quarter, and the Lakers lead 38-27.
Now, 3 of the Lakers starters on the bench, but the reason that they're not getting offensive rebounds, Bill, they don't know when the shot's going to come up. You can't work to the glass when you don't know when the ball's going to go in the air.
Granted, New Jersey has changed some of their strategy a bit in terms of attacking Shaq, but they have missed 13 shots tonight. They have 0 offensive rebounds. That was a strength for them in game 1 and 2 in Los Angeles.
Lakers back in possession off the foul on Jefferson. Lindsey Hunter has checked in for the first time, so it's George, O'Neal, and Fox up front. Hunter and Shaw in the backcourt. Here is George firing one up. It's an offensive foul. So the Nets going to the zone. We have not seen much of that. And Devin George try to take it to the rim.
Well, they run 3 guys at Shaq, and that turns Devin George into a driver, but he went too far. Could have pulled up and shot a medium-range jumper.
Where's Keith Van Horn? This guy's 1 for 4. This guy should be an all-NBA performer out here.
Good box out by George. Keith Van Horn was upset that he did not play at all in the 4th quarter in game 2 with, well, Byron Scott going with Richard Jefferson.
If he played a lot better, he would have been out there.
Here's Fox. Yes. And the Lakers lead 40-27. This for the Nets, their first ever NBA Finals game at home.
Yeah, the Nets over the next 7-16 mark, they got to work at getting control of the game. And right now, the Lakers are in the same position they were, where the Nets are reacting. They're not sure what they want to do, and the Lakers are very positive in every possession.
Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin getting set. Check back in. Van Horn is stopped off the double and then fouled by Hunter.
Good fortune comes to Van Horn because he lost the ball and it bounced right back to him, and Hunter on the reach-in.
Lakers' 4th team foul. So the Nets with Collins at center, Martin and Van Horn up front, Kidd and Harris at the guards.
Ouch. See, I think Van Horn is trying too hard offensively, you know, and he's forcing some of his efforts. He's quick shooting, and that's not going to get it done. That'll get Richard Jefferson in there for 40 minutes.
We've all learned from our good friend Marv here that it's important to try harder.
Absolutely. The entire staff, Bill, has been working with you on that particular subject. O'Neal.
What transition defense for Los Angeles. Jason Kidd, as good as any player in the game today at creating fast break opportunities, he's just unable to get into the open court.
Well, the Lakers have been so effective in stopping the ball. We have not seen the Jason Kidd that we saw during the regular season. He did draw the foul. It's on Hunter.
But that defense has forced Jason Kidd to become a shooter instead of a passer, and that's not a good thing. Jason has taken 7 shots, only has 2 assists on the night.
You don't get assists when you throw the ball to guys that are not making shots. So he's got to find shooters. Kittle's back in the game.
And Kobe Bryant getting set. Check back in. Kidd at the line for the first time. And the Nets continue to have their difficulties at the foul line. Well, from the creator of Law and Order comes the new summer series, Crime and Punishment. Real cases, real courts, real life. Crime and Punishment premieres next Sunday night at 10, 9 Central, right here on NBC.
The Nets started the quarter shooting 50%, but they've fallen off that. They miss a couple of free throws, and their story has to be getting that ball in those. They got to find ways to score.
On-court leadership, the biggest breakdown for New Jersey in this final.
Kittle's looking to help out on the double. So Shaq gave it back, and it's an open shot for George. That's 1 for 7 here in the second quarter. Martin takes it to the rim. Now that's what Byron Scott wants to see. Kenyon Martin digging for that front rim to draw the foul. It's on Devin George. Martin was hoping to make contact with Shaquille O'Neal.
They've got to do something to try to get the Lakers back on their heels. So far, they have been completely unsuccessful. Here's a guy who hit his first shot of the game 13 seconds in to the contest tonight. Since then, he has been 0 for 4, and this forward combination of Martin and Van Horn is starting to make last year's disaster from Jermaine Jones and Tyrone Hill look like a bunch of Hall of Famers.
Well, Kenyon Martin has had a solid first half, though.
They're down, Mark, by 12 points.
Kenyon Martin, that's not the reason.
No, we saw with one player playing well, you can take the Lakers to the wire, as Mike Bibby showed us in the last series. Where's that one guy?
Well, they don't have that kind of scorer, and they need the motion offense, which they're not able to get into, and they have to put fouls on Shaquille O'Neal, which they have not been able to do. Here's Shaq on the follow. So the Lakers now lead 42-28.
Marv, you only have to remind them that Sacramento was not a one-horse team. Bibby was a big moment player.
Oh, the rejection by O'Neal is his fourth, and they will count it. No, they'll count it. The basket counts. And Phil Jackson, as you can see, is very upset. He thought it was a blocked shot.
He got dismissed by Danny Crawford. Go sit down.
So the Lakers now lead by 12, just under 5 remaining in this first half.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh, rejected emphatically by Martin. And Phil Jackson is saying, well, will that count?
How about some consistency? Now, that was clearly a goaltender. I'm not sure about Shaquille O'Neal's block. Ball is just hanging up there.
Still on the way up.
Please, Steve, my glasses.
O'Neal, deep shot for Shaq. Crowd wanted a foul on O'Neal as he made contact with Kidd. And then away from the ball, we get a call on Horry, who, as you can see, did not agree with it. And he's hit with a technical foul for showing up the official following that call. So Horry collects his third personal.
Horry in the transition defense. Todd McCullough trying to get position. Whoa. Whoa.
You don't know a form on your back?
Wait a second. He's got a legitimate beef, but the Lakers have to keep their poise here.
Jason Kidd missed on his first 2 free throws, able to hit the technical.
Todd McCullough, a slow delivery. That's goaltending as well. That's on its way down.
As well?
As was Kenyon Martin's goaltending. But the foul on Robert Horry. Oh.
So Todd McCullough to the line for the first time.
If someone famous would say, I totally disagree with you, Bill.
Okay. You're certainly entitled.
Bill, you sound like you're sulking. We don't like to see it like this.
All I want is consistency.
The Nets are now within 9. Nets go to pressure. Oh, the steal by Martin. Van Horn for 3. Yes! Keith Van Horn from downtown brings the Nets within 6. And again, the Nets put the pressure on. 8-0 run by New Jersey. Rick Fox for Shaquille O'Neal, and he is fouled. Van Horn trying to help out. got a piece of O'Neal.
The crowd has come alive here behind some fine defensive play. Kenyon Martin gets it going, and then the terrific ball movement. Kerry Kittles trying to get Keith Van Horn going.
What's his name?
Keith Van Horn.
I just want you to remember. He's got one more shot in him.
We're in the first half. Hopefully he has a lot more than one.
O'Neal is fouled by McCullough. So Shaq will go to the line. Only 1 of 3 from the line.
What New Jersey is looking for more than anything else is control of the game. They're not going to control Shaquille O'Neal. They let that ball come in there that deep. Todd McCullough's at his mercy every single time, and the big fella's on the line. Now, his free throws here do not look smooth and easy for him here early.
That's called face. But what Shaq does in terms of keeping his elbows out constantly, never brings them down, shoulder height, creates the space, draws the contact. Steve, that is also called face.
65% from the line during the postseason. He was upset at Phil Jackson the other day because Phil, at the end of the game, wanted him to inbound the ball so they would not foul him. He said, "What are you talking about? I can shoot free throws now." McCullough with possession. Lakers looking for a traveling violation. The Nets have trailed by as many as 14. They're down by 6, and Todd McCullough has 10 points.
Yeah, McCullough using Shaq's move, the hot power step and then one more step.
That's what Sacramento had. Sacramento had big guys that could take the ball to Shaq. McCullough has responded tonight. Why wait till game 3?
Foul on Van Horn. That is his second. The Nets' 4th team foul.
Let's take a look at Todd's feet out of the picture here. Good upper body movement. His feet are so long, he may have been able to keep that toe on the ground.
And Tom McCullough hears it from the crowd as he's replaced by Jason Collins. McCullough with 4 for 7 from the field, 10 points.
Marv, the secret to that move is big feet because Shaq has big feet too. What are you saying?
And again, a foul, a reach-in. And Van Horn is upset as he just picked up his 3rd, and the Nets are in the penalty.
And now the Lakers are getting penetration, and they're laying the ball off to Shaq. They've done that a number of times. The next time they come down, come in, fake it to Shaq, and get your own shot. But the inability to guard perimeter players and the inability to slow Shaq down has just led to this parade to the free throw line in the closing moments of the first half.
O'Neal 3 of 5, make it 4 of 6 from the foul line. Richard Jefferson has come on for Keith Van Horn.
I was just starting to get warmed up too, Coach, and you took me out. I don't understand that.
You're acting as if a coach wants his player to do poorly.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the half.
They got to wake up Kerry Kittles. He got that 1 field goal, and we haven't seen him.
Oh, Martin is fouled. A hard foul by Rick Fox. It is a flagrant foul.
And Rick Fox's argument is that Kenyon Martin threw him to the ground away from the ball. So he jumped right back and said, if that's not a foul, why should this be a foul? And Phil Jackson is up off the bench.
And Jason Collins very quick to step in front of Kenyon Martin. He did not want Kenyon, who has been put on the volatile side from time to time, to get involved.
Well, Rick Fox never gets involved in confrontations like this without good reason.
We'll get a look at the play, and you will see that Martin will put the hit.
The bottom of your screen. Bottom of your screen. He just runs him right over, throws him down. The referee standing right there at the bottom of the screen does nothing about it and calls a flagrant foul on Rick Fox.
Would you call that a throwdown? It wasn't like he really popped him. Yeah, he ran through him, but it wasn't that violent. Come on.
So now the Nets with possession off the flagrant, and Martin able to come right back, going at Fox to bring the Nets within 4 with 2:50 to go in the half.
Emotions boiling over here. The NBA Finals have begun.
Well, for New Jersey, they got to control the ball. Stop the ball at the point of attack.
Fisher for O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal on the stuff. He now has 19, and the Lakers lead 48-40.
When he comes out of those plays grimacing and growling and grumbling and roaring, throw it down, big man. Throw it down.
Martin rebounded by Collins. Oh, looked like Devin George took a hit.
And he got hit in the head. Collins lost control of the ball and trying to get it back, hit Devin George.
If the Lakers come back to Shaq early in the shot clock, go to the hoop.
That's just what O'Neal tried to do. Good hustle by George, but not able to control.
6-point game, and New Jersey needs to be able to find a way to control the ball. When they don't control the ball, Shaq becomes a major issue for the Lakers.
A minute 53 remaining. First half.
But the Nets still do not have a single second chance point.
Jason Kidd not able to hit. Devin George playing well. He has been on a number of loose balls, and that's why he has remained on the court. Lakers up by 6 minutes and a half remaining in this first half.
Well, for New Jersey, they got to keep the guy with the ball in front of them. Make him shoot over the top.
That's what Fox does. Kidd on the rebound, running the floor. Kittles around Bryant. Kidd try to give it up, and he's called for the charge. Offensive foul. Kidd committing his first.
The Lakers are so good at stepping in. Fisher sets the pace with that. Horry, Fox gets in there. Even Devin George getting into the act a little bit here. Come into Shaq here. Reestablish order for the Lakers on the road. Go into the half in total control.
Both teams are now in the penalty. 1 minute remaining. First half.
This is Kobe time, so you got to keep him in front of you. They don't.
Oh, Bryant able to find O'Neal. So Shaq has 21 points. Lakers 50, Nets 42.
Every time they dribble, somebody comes to him. Shaq is there for the dump.
You're not going to win if you cannot contain perimeter.
Beautiful pass thrown by Martin on the hop to Kidd.
They tried that in game 2. Martin playing the extended weak side post there and stolen again by Martin.
Martin with the save. Kittles, Jefferson. Yes. Kenyon Martin has had an outstanding first half. 50-46. The Nets playing aggressive basketball for the first time in 3 games. And it has paid dividends here in the first half. They've trailed by as many as 14. It's a 4-point game as this first half winds down. 10 seconds to go. Bryant lost it, but he's hit. Foul is called on Kidd.
The confidence of Kobe Bryant. But first of all, New Jersey has got back into this game. They're going to need a lot more plays like this, taking advantage of Shaq not being in the basket area. And then with Kenyon Martin, that should have been a foul right there called on Kenyon Martin. But that led to Richard Jefferson's ability to go underneath for the reverse.
Shaquille O'Neal scored the last 10 points for the Lakers. 8 and 7/10 seconds remaining in the half, and Los Angeles up by 5.
What is wrong with your arm? It's up all the time. It's up all the time.
Do you get the idea that he wants to continue speaking at every possible second of this telecast?
This is a 3-man team.
You have no idea.
Lashing up.
You have no idea how hard I'm trying.
52-46. Lakers with the lead. Final seconds of the half. Martin for 3. Well, the Nets are hearing it from this crowd. They are within 6 points. The high scorer, Shaquille O'Neal, with 21. He also has 6 rebounds. Kobe Bryant has 14. Well, no team has won all 3 games at home since the NBA went to the 2-3-2 format back in 1985. The Nets in a desperate scenario, trailing in this best of 7, 2 games to nothing, and trailing here at the half by 6.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
Lewis Johnson back inside the Continental Airlines Arena with the second half coming up in just a moment. I talked to Byron Scott a few moments ago, and he thought his team stayed more disciplined and they were more focused on the offensive end, but he says defensively they want to try and close out the perimeter shooters of the Lakers here in the second half. Now, one medical note on Keith Van Horn, who was troubled by a problem with his right arch. He told me that arch it's an old problem. It's really sore. He's less than 70%, but obviously he's still available. Now let's check in with Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thank you, Lewis. A short and sweet conversation to his team. Phil Jackson told him, don't be stagnant. Run the triangle in the second half. He left him by saying, do the same things, just better, much like Marv says to Bill all the time.
Marv? Jim obviously still punchy after his experience in the ring post-fight last night, talking with Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis. Kobe Bryant coming from behind to reject Jason Kidd. In the first half, the Lakers 19 of 37, 51% shooting. The Nets, who had that rough spell in a drought for a while in the first half, finished at 46%. Here's Kenyon Martin. Martin on the follow. Kenyon Martin continues his outstanding play. Now has 13 points.
How's that for the second pick or number 1 pick in the draft?
It's about time. What do? You wait until you're down 2-0 before you start doing something. This is where the champions, though, this is where they assert themselves. They nail it down right here to start at a third. Take their hopes or dreams away.
All right, Bryant. Kobe Bryant. He has 16 points. Lakers up by 6. Marv Albert, Bill Walton, Steve Snapper Jones from Continental Airlines Arena for the New Jersey Nets. Their first ever NBA Finals game at home, and a defensive 3-second call. Technical foul will be awarded.
Did you see Shaq guarding Todd McCullough? He was inviting him to shoot. He was standing there basically eating an ice cream cone, saying, bring it this way. I don't care what you do, Todd. And Todd actually played pretty well there in the first half.
Well, Jason Kidd hits the technical. He now has 10 points.
Shaq and Kobe in the first. They have great shot distribution. 22 shots between them, excuse me. A lot of points. Assists for Kobe, blocks for Shaq. Those came early.
Kittle's on a quick release. Robert Horry playing with the 3 fouls. Lakers back to the starting lineup. Fox, O'Neal, Horry up front, Fisher, and Bryant in the backcourt. Offensive foul. It's on Bryant, so that's his second.
Kobe went down in the low post, and in trying to keep the defense of Kerry Kittles away, he's going to hold him off a little bit of a hook and hold. What do you say, no foul?
Wait a second. The Lakers are going to have to play through a lot tonight.
Martin going at Horry.
What you'd like to see from New Jersey when they get the ball at the offensive end is a definitive idea about where they want to go, how they want to score. They just can't hope and pray.
Shaq throws back out. Fisher over Kidd. O'Neal. Martin thought he had a potential block timed, did not.
He threw 3 guys out of his way and didn't even commit an offensive foul doing it. Guys just flying around.
Nice backdoor pass, and Van Horn converts.
Good vision by Jason Kidd. You see in that play, on that cut, while Van Horn was still up at the free throw line, sore foot and all.
O'Neal, very friendly rim for Shaquille O'Neal, who has 25, and the Lakers lead by 7. In games 1 and 2, the Lakers led by as many as 23. Earlier tonight, they led by 14. Here's McCullough, rejected by O'Neal, kept alive by Fox.
Kerry Kittles fouls, but I think that they've got to figure out a way to do something about the offensive rebounding of the Lakers. You know, you got 3 guys around Shaq, and he's still able to power it down.
And then he comes right across the lane with his jump hook. The way he keeps both hands on the ball and uses the ball to push the defender's arms back. Todd McCullough's offensive strategy seriously flawed.
Fox puts the move on Martin, lost his balance, Fox lost it.
Big fella.
McCullough is hit. No, a traveling violation.
Todd was working hard on that play, trying to get into the break, and Kidd was waiting for him. And once he got it, he wasn't able to change direction and fortunate to get the call, but that should have been in his favor.
Jason Kidd should have shot that ball. Pump fake to Todd. Derek Fisher was anticipating it the whole way.
Here's Fox putting the move on Van Horn. Bryant for three. Kobe Bryant from downtown. He has 19. The Lakers have opened up a 10-point lead.
The same as Game 7. Our pregame meeting with Kobe. So focused, so sharp, so concentrated. Nothing's getting by this guy tonight.
Here's Kittles. Nice move. You're referring to Game 7 of the series against the Sacramento Kings. Knocked out of bounds. So
Kittles, Van Horn, they have got to become more assertive in the second half in the scoring column. Both of those guys are primary scorers for them, and you can't go 10 or 12 minutes with just a hoop shot.
And O'Neal is fouled. McCullough picking up number 3. Shaq 5 for 7 from the line. He's hit his last 4.
If I'm Phil Jackson, I don't take either Shaq or Kobe out the entire rest of the way. Just keep wearing down New Jersey. Don't give this crowd a chance to get behind its team. Go for the kill right here. The series will be over for Los Angeles.
You know, following that intense, draining series against the Kings, where the Lakers faced desperation and elimination, they have found themselves here against the Nets. They're playing with much passion. The role players have elevated their games. Shaq obviously is healthy. He's still bothered by the arthritic toe and other problems, but he's back to the Shaquille O'Neal that we saw a year ago.
He's made the commitment, Mark, to play through that pain. And it's right there, a careless turnover for New Jersey. But with Shaq playing at this level right now, he has inspired the rest of his guys who are so fatigued, who are mentally drained. But the on-court leadership that they're getting from the big man has set the tone, and the Lakers, no one able to keep the pace.
Todd McCullough says his bad. Everybody saw that.
Oh, McCullough called for the foul. A hard hit on Bryant. That's 4 on McCullough.
But McCullough on that last possession was indecisive about where he wanted to go with the ball, and then trying to come back, gets a piece of Bryant. So again, starting to lose control of both ends of the floor, and that's the only thing that New Jersey can hope for, is to get control of the game and really crack the confidence of the Lakers. When you look at Kobe, you're looking at a guy that is smiling and saying, you know, you guys don't have a chance.
Kobe Bryant has had a great relationship with New Jersey head coach Byron Scott. It was in his last year with the Lakers when Kobe was just 17 years old, and Scott very helpful in terms of basketball and also teaching Kobe how to take care of his body. And they have remained close friends.
The relationship between the veteran and the newcomer is so critical in these young stars' development. And Kobe, such a sponge when he first got started, never really got the opportunity to get in the action too much, except when the team was hopelessly behind. But Byron Scott was always there with the very positive words of encouragement.
Until they just changed that last foul from McCullough to Martin. So McCullough has 3. Here is Kenyon Martin. And the foul.
Throw it down, Kenyon. Throw it down one time.
Well, you need a lot more of these before you start celebrating like Kenyon Martin, but that's an aggressive drive, as Horry has had a tough time playing in this ball game tonight.
One of the few breakdowns mentally that you'll find from Robert Horry. He should never leave Kenyon Martin. He should never go to help. Shaq is doing all the help, because Shaq does not have to guard any of the centers for New Jersey. Not Collins, who's in there playing right now, not Aaron Williams, and not Todd McCullough.
Now back to pressure.
Nets showing some light pressure that helped get them back into it in the second quarter. Lakers up by 8. Kobe Bryant was upset. He wanted the ball from Derek Fisher. Now Fisher from downtown. Yes. So Fisher has picked it up from three-point land after having huge problems earlier in the postseason.
How many guys touch the ball every possession?
And Horn for three. That's his second three of the night.
But for Los Angeles, it swings around the perimeter beautifully, always trying to dump it in. For New Jersey, who's now dropped into a little bit of his own defense here, it's one guy dribbling and then a layoff, and then that guy shoots it.
Horry's wide open for three. So Robert Horry from downtown, and the Lakers now lead by 11.
The problem for New Jersey has to be at the point of attack. You've got to stop the ball, and they're just letting the Lakers decide who they want to pass it to, where they want to pass it.
The champions have brought the big hammer in the second half.
Lakers now 7 of 11 from downtown. Martin is stripped by Horry. Looks to lead Fox.
Terrible pass by
Saved by Fox, and a foul, loose ball foul on Fisher.
Look at Robert Horry pointing to his forehead, saying, now that was a disgrace. So sorry. That's exactly what he said.
5:48 remaining in the third, and the Lakers lead by 11.
Well, Rod has come down out of Suite 119 to visit with some of the young New Jersey Nets fans here. And Rod, you know, this team was barely on the playoff map years ago, but you came in, you revamped this team, you brought in Byron Scott, and obviously the big trade with Jason Kidd. Talk about the success that you witnessed here for the franchise.
Well, Lewis, we really had a good regular season. I think up until this series, we played very well in the playoffs, and now we're playing a great Laker team, and we're going to have to play a lot better if we want to get back in this series.
I'd imagine that the mind continues to calculate what you might do next. Is it possible to let us in on some of the moves you'd like to see made? Maybe nothing specific, but what helps this team to make a better playoff run, a final run next year?
Well, Lewis, we, as all teams do, we'll sit down at the end of the season and try to ascertain what we need and how we can go about getting it.
You know, the last question, Rod, is as we know that this game is built for the enjoyment of the fans as we're watching them all do right now, but as a general manager, can you ever take off the general manager's glasses and sit back, relax, and enjoy the game?
Not at all, Lewis. You know, if you're standing still, you're going backwards. That's sort of the credo in the NBA, and, you know, we hope to add to our team and get better.
You know, we think back to the Boston series. You know, everybody thought you guys were out after the Game 3 comeback by them. And here people are saying it may be over. But what do you think this team needs to do to get back in the series? Because it's never over until the clock says 0-0-0, right?
Well, we obviously have to slow Shaq down a little. He's been unbelievable with the way he's played and the way he's made his free throws. And we've got to make shots, Lewis. It's very simple.
Rod, thanks for coming down. And you need a pen because I think you'll need to sign a few autographs here.
Thank you.
Okay, Mark, back over to you.
All right, thanks, Lewis. 28 points now for Shaquille O'Neal. The Nets making the playoffs this season for the first time since back in 97, 98, making that remarkable turn. That was last touched by Kidd. So the Lakers maintained possession last year. They won 26, lost 56. Since 1989, the Nets had been last or next to last 7 times.
And it's sad that the Nets haven't played the kind of ball that we've witnessed from them this year in this finals. Because this is a good basketball team. The Lakers, this is a great basketball team.
Well, in order for us to witness that, they got to play this way. They got to steal the ball. They got to run up and down the floor. So they got to stay energized defensively and then capitalize on their foot speed and quickness.
So the Lakers now lead 71-63, just under 5 remaining in this third quarter. Here's Bryant. Beautiful move. Kobe hits on the runner. He now has 21 points. It's a 10-point Laker lead. And a foul is called on Slava Medvedenko, who checked in a moment ago, making contact with Kenyon Martin. 13th foul on the Lakers.
When Kidd has the open court, he makes a lot of good things happen, and everybody keeps moving. Van Horn has had a much better third quarter and has been involved in some serious scoring for the Nets, but they've got to do a good job of stopping the ball, and Kobe Bryant has had an answer every single time.
Maybe Lewis Johnson should have spoken about Van Horn's foot problems before.
Van Horn putting the move on Fox. Oh, Kenyon Martin trying to put it down, but it's offensive interference and grabbing the rim. Take your pick.
Dial a violation, Kenyon Martin. The quick jump hook, outstanding execution there, but with Kenyon Martin hanging on the rim, that is a clear violation. Danny Crawford right on top of it, having a strong game.
Rating the officials now individually.
Well, the rating changes as the play goes.
Bryant thought he was fouled. Here's Van Horn for three. Now will we hear your assessment of Dick Bavetta and Bob Delaney once the game concludes? Is that a new feature of the telecast?
Stay with the game, Marv.
Fox with the step, blocked from behind by Van Horn. The Lakers have 6 on the 24. Richard Jefferson and Lucius Harris, and Lucius without the face mask.
It's gotten real serious now, forcing Phil Jackson to take a timeout to make the necessary adjustments to the unmasked Lucius Harris.
Welcome back to Hardwood Classics on NBA TV as we continue our look back at Game 3 of the 2002 NBA Finals. The Nets trying to get back into the series, trying everything they could to slow down a dominant Shaquille O'Neal, but that would leave others open for easy baskets. Could Jason Kidd and his Nets get back into this series? Let's find out.
And there is the face mask, once worn by Lucius Harris, had the 0 for 9 the other night, 1 for 14 from the field over the first 2 games. We speculated that it might be time for Lucius, who does not need it, to shed the gear. And apparently he'll give it a shot. Here's Jason Kidd running the floor. All right, here is Harris. I don't recognize Lucius Harris without that face mask. And Jason Kidd. So the Lakers now lead 73-65 as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the third.
If they're going to pressure, they got to go to the ball. Don't let the Lakers walk the thing up the floor, and then they're going to find Shaq, and then the defense is going to react.
O'Neal had it knocked away by Martin. And Dan Crawford looking for help from the outside official, Dick Bavetta, who says last touched by Martin.
New Jersey should do everything possible right now to take advantage of the mismatch of Kenyon Martin over Slava Medvedenko.
9 on the shot clock.
Bryant met by Harris. Shot clock to 5. Kobe. Oh, nice step back move by Kobe Bryant, who nearly landed on the New Jersey bench.
This guy is playing at such a high level. Give him the ball and get out of his way. That shot was near impossible.
Kobe 9 for 13. He now has 23 points. Martin played by Medvedenko. Shot clock to 5. Jefferson. Yes. Won't count, though. It's waved off. There was a foul. Foul committed by Medvedenko.
The weave by New Jersey coming off that high screen there, the bump. That's where the play was called. Dick Bavetta right on top of the call.
Both teams have 4 team fouls. Here's Kidd, draws the foul. That counts. And gets the call, does Jason Kidd.
Well, the Nets are trying to be more aggressive at the offensive end and coming with that motion and that weave. Jason Kidd just decides he's going to go on his own, and he's thinking foul all the way. You can see him lean and try to adjust. That was your favorite shot.
That's a tough shot. Moving to your right after 6 dribbles and then pulling up.
I didn't say anything about the dribbles. Don't get carried away. Hey, I was talking about the bank.
Kidd has 15 points, 5 assists. It's a 7-point Los Angeles lead. O'Neal getting position on Collins. A power move by Shaquille O'Neal. That's 30 for Shaq.
Well, it's 9 and 10 in the quarter for Shaq and Kobe respectively. And every time the Nets make a run, those 2 guys change it.
Oh, Kidd with the step. Well, he saw Shaq moving in his direction and was able to get it off and get the rim.
And finally, for the first time in the series, both teams playing well at the same time. Who can keep it going?
O'Neal now being surrounded. Shot clock down to 6. Fisher. And he is fouled by looking for a jump ball.
Derek Fisher realized he was up against a shot clock. He just told everybody, get out of the way, I'm coming to the hoop.
But that is what has gotten New Jersey in trouble, not being able to keep that guy under control. Whoever he is at the point of attack with the ball, as Byron Scott is praying, hey, give me a break. I need something tonight. You understand we're down 2-0?
You make your breaks in this life, Steve.
Martin picked up his third. Derek Fisher, usually a superb free throw shooter, now 1 for 3 at the line. Coming to NBC this summer, Natasha Henstridge stars in the new action drama She Spies, premiering Saturday, July 20th on NBC.
Robert Horry's been sitting for a long time. Phil Jackson now comes with Devin George.
Devin George played 11 minutes in the first half and did some good stuff defensively. Martin off the recovery, goes at Shaq. We discussed earlier the strategy on the part of the Nets has been to go at Shaquille O'Neal, something we did not see over the first 2 games. Although Shaq is not picking up fouls, he has only 1, and that was early on. It's a 6-point lead for the Lakers as we approach 1 minute left in the third. Here's Fisher. Perhaps too much one-on-one from Derek Fisher.
One-on-one has to come from Kobe and Shaq.
Jason Kidd makes the Lakers pay. The Nets are within 4. They're on their feet at Continental Airlines Arena, and the Nets will get it back. 3-second violation of the Lakers.
Shaquille O'Neal sprouting roots. Phil Jackson, the smile. Right now, the Lakers have to be very concerned about the surge here. The crowd is in it. The Nets are playing good ball.
The Nets are still playing catch-up.
The Nets are within 2.
Throw it down, RJ. Throw it down.
O'Neal double teamed. Shot clock down to 7. George off the fake. 10 seconds left in the third. And the Nets look to set up. Martin. The game is tied at 78. Bryant fires. The front rim. The Nets conclude the third quarter.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
The Lakers led 70-61 with 5.5 to go in the third. They took Robert Horry out, and things have fallen apart. Horry has been reinserted to establish order.
Here's Kidd providing a 2-point lead. For the Nets have now hit their last 8 shots. The last time the Nets led was back in the first quarter. They're up 14-13. Bryant, offensive foul on Kobe Bryant. So that is his third personal.
And this scene that we're witnessing right now is what the Nets loyalists have lived for all those years. Lucius Harris standing in, taking the charge there, and the emotion right now in this arena just spectacular.
Kidd bothered by Bryant. Here's Kidd. Yes! What a very steady, solid game for Jason Kidd, who has not forced the issue, but he has taken over. It's a 12-0 run for New Jersey, and they're up by 4. A minute gone by in the fourth. Bad pass as Shaq was triple teamed. Here's Kidd with the lead for Jefferson. The Nets up by 6. Assist number 7 for Jason Kidd. Bryant is
the crowd can exhale, but it's been led by Jason Kidd. Remember Mike Bibby and his ability to shoot over Shaq. Kidd playing under control today, teardrop, jump shots, everything happening in this stretch to make it happen for the fans who have been on their feet since the break.
This is net basketball. This is what we thought we were going to get for the entire series.
Well, that stops the 14-0 run. The Nets have hit their last 10 shots. The Nets, until tonight, have not been allowed to get into what has been a very successful offense, the motion offense, and they have not been able to run until this evening.
You have to have great point guard play if you're going to be successful against Los Angeles. Mike Bibby proved that in the Sacramento series. Jason Kidd tonight, for the first time, is playing his game.
But that's also energized their defense, too.
Here's Harris. Nets up by 4. A minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Kidd looking to help out on O'Neal. Open shot for Shaw. Whoa. Nice fake by Kidd. Here's Williams. Yes. The Nets 86. The Lakers 80. The Nets trying to get back into this series, down 2 games to nothing. Kobe Bryant with 28.
New Jersey's playing a different defense. Right now it's zone. They're packing it in. They got a guy sitting in front of Shaq. The post entry pass is not there. Kobe Bryant carrying the Laker offense by himself.
Yeah, but they got to keep it going at this end of the floor. They got to keep scoring the ball because we know the Lakers will wake up.
Martin with a nice move on. It counts. And the foul. Robert Horry with his 5th personal.
He tried to wait, but this is good patience by Kenyon Martin. One fake, and he got Horry coming to him, went up, and now a chance for a 3-point play.
Byron Scott doing everything he can to get that roll, but we have seen signs of life from Kenyon Martin tonight.
Well, 22 points for Martin. The Nets have hit 12 of the last 13 shots. At one stretch, they hit 10 in a row. They lead by 6.
Say it again for Bill. 22 points.
Where is Shaq? Time to get him going.
Get over to help. Which opens up the perimeter. Shaw. O'Neal. And a foul. If it's Williams, it's number 5. And the crowd wanted the foul on O'Neal. It is called on Aaron Williams.
He's going to cave Aaron Williams in. You see Aaron Williams is doing everything he can to hold him out, and with one hand, get out of the way.
Shaq is 8 of 11 at the line.
The man is standing there with position and just thrown out of the way. I don't understand how the man doing the throwing goes to the free throw line. How long does Phil Jackson stay with Brian Shaw, who has thrown up a couple of real clunkers? Got Derek Fisher playing well.
Are you calling for Derek Fisher or Lindsey Hunter now?
It's time for the starters for L.A. No time to mess around. You give a team hope and confidence. You give them game 3 like this. It's a series.
Steve Bill goes for the quick hook. Man. Nice play. Williams lost it, but he was hit out of reach in. Devin George tried to knock it away and is called for the foul. 8:48 remaining in the fourth. The Nets 88, the Lakers 83.
The guy at the free throw line, Aaron Williams, had a couple of great playoff series. That last jumper may have got him going because he was nowhere in the building in Los Angeles.
Aaron Williams, 70% free throw shooter. On the subject of shooting, the Nets 19 for 27, 70% from the field in the second half. At one stretch, they hit 12 of 13. They hit 10 in a row. They now lead by 7 after trailing by as many as 14, trying to get back into the series. A good ball movement by the Lakers, but not able to find a shot. George forcing and hits a great ball. Devin George with the shot clock running down.
Yeah, and they did everything right. Kobe was running to the ball to bail him out, and George said, forget it.
Said all year long the way to beat the Lakers is on offense, and right now New Jersey's playing some offense. As Kenyon Martin showing why at one point he was the #1 pick in this entire league.
24 for Martin, and the Nets lead by 7. 4 minutes gone by, and the fourth. Here's Bryant. Beautiful move by Bryant, whipping by Kidd.
But to see the domination on that last graphic of New Jersey killing the Lakers points in the paint, that is a remarkable turnaround. The home cooking very favorable for New Jersey.
So Kobe now has 30 and O'Neal has 31. Remember, we were talking with Brian Scott before the start of the series. So Byron Scott before the start of the series, he said we have to hold these guys to a total of 55 points, and then we have an excellent opportunity to win. Well, we have almost 7 minutes remaining. Already they have 61. And a foul on Williams, so that is number 6.
And that's a big loss because he's found his game here in the closing moments of Game 3. They come in with Jason Collins. Todd McCullough will not get a look here, and Byron Scott can have his way.
An aggressive shot, and you see him lead with that off arm as both hands are on the ball, so it makes it look like when he deals out that little port shot that he is being hit.
And Aaron Williams now in the NBA record book for something he would prefer not being in the record book for. He played 7 minutes, committed the 6 fouls. That is the fewest minutes played to pick up 6 fouls. The previous record, Bob Harrison of the old Minneapolis Lakers against the Knicks in '52, played 9 minutes and was disqualified with 6 fouls. Shaq misses on both. So the Nets with a 92-87 lead. 5 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter.
That ball has to keep moving, and they have to keep scoring. The Lakers are a team that can play from the rear.
Nice play by Fox to break it up. And Lucius Harris comes up with a steal. Kidd somehow getting it to Harris, and a foul is called. For the Lakers, their 3rd team foul. Fox picks it up.
The Lakers, who had good control of the Nets defense at the the Nets offense at the defensive end, have been not been able to control the point of attack here in the second half.
Kenyon Martin was able to beat Rick Fox. What a beautiful pass. The Nets lead by 7.
The fans chanting in unison, throw it down, and Kmart has indeed emerged from Chapter 11.
O'Neal is fouled by Collins. The rookie from Stanford, Jason Collins, has come on after Aaron Williams fouled out.
You see that they're not controlling Jason Kidd, and the results are Kenyon Martin, Jefferson above the rim. Their athletic ability on display as they're in full flight. And Bill, you're sensing a little bit of a shift toward Kenyon now.
Dangerous times here for Los Angeles. New Jersey, they've found their game. Their crowd is right there. The center comparison. Not bad numbers. Those are Dikembe Mutombo numbers from last year.
You got to keep the Lakers out on the perimeter, and Kobe and Shaq are probably going to carry the offensive load the rest of the way.
Shot clock down to 2. George called. No, they called it the other way. It's a blocking foul on Kidd. Byron Scott looking for a charge.
Phil Jackson yelling at the bench. And then he comes with Samaki Walker. What has Derek Fisher done wrong?
Nets are now in the penalty. Devin George the line.
Shaq getting a breather here.
So O'Neal sits down with 31 points, 10 rebounds, 3 block shots. Evan George only a 67% foul shooter during the regular season. Nets 94, Lakers 89 as we come up on 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Jefferson.
Fans expecting the Nets to score every time, but they got about 2 minutes to bust this game open while Shaq is on the bench.
Phil Jackson taking a huge gamble.
Bryant. Rare miss for Kobe in the second half. Beautiful pass from Kidd. Harris thought he was fouled. Ryan Shaw now playing the backcourt. Kobe. Running hook by Kobe Bryant, who now has 32 points. The net lead is down to 3.
Kobe Bryant has just taken this game over by himself, forcing Byron Scott to take a timeout. Phil Jackson's gamble pays off as Kobe Bryant just comes right in the little elbow to the face of Jason Kidd, gives himself the opportunity. The Lakers cut it to 3. Are the Nets going to be able to respond?
And right now it's a 94-91 New Jersey lead. The Lakers going into tonight have won 6 straight finals games dating back to last year. Remember, they lost the opener at home to Philadelphia, then won 4 in a row. And for the first time this series, they are being challenged.
Kittles and Van Horn back out on the floor to finish.
Martin with a nice move on Ori. Good play by George to knock it aside.
Phil Jackson still staying with Brian Shaw and Devin George. Starters Fox and Fisher not getting the call in the last 5 minutes here. Critical.
And Robert Horry playing with 5 fouls. Bryant for 3. George is right there. He has been outstanding at both ends of the floor. Devin George on loose balls. He has 6 rebounds, 6 points. He bailed out the Lakers with a rainbow shot from the corner with the 24-second clock running down just moments ago. The net lead is down to 1 with 4:20 left in the fourth. Here's Kidd, yes. And the Nets lead by 3.
The Nets have their offense going. That's clicking, but who can get a defensive rebound? They just need one big guy to say, this board is mine.
Now, there's a lot of time to play. They've got to make several stops here, and they've got to do it without O'Neal getting the ball deep. They get a foul down low.
Collins picks up his 4th. The Nets in the penalty. So Shaquille O'Neal back to the line. He's 9 of 15 at the line.
When he's moving across the lane, there's not a lot that Jason Collins can do. He's trying to hold him and not able to.
That's an offensive foul. That's an offensive foul. Jason Collins is standing right there. Shaq comes, throws his arm underneath him, pulls him in, and then walks him off the court. And they say that's Jason Collins' foul.
You have to be able to run. Oh, those things are no good. Those are your glasses.
Shaq hits both to bring the Lakers within 1. Jason Kidd has been the spark in the second half for the Nets. He's hit 7 of 8 from the field. He has 9 assists in all. Here's Kenyon Martin working on Robert Horry. Rebounded by Shaquille O'Neal. Out of 3:40 to go in the fourth. And the Nets looking to hold on to this 1-point lead.
You know, the Lakers have been in a lot of these games. They know how to close out opponents. They know how to break their hearts.
Bryant to the fadeaway. Kittles able to handle that rebound, and Kidd wants to run the floor. He pulls it up for 3. Rebounded by George.
I don't think you can home run the Lakers. You got to grind them out now. You got the lead. Keep moving, keep cutting, and try to get to the high percentage shot and the free throw line.
From downtown. How many times have we seen Robert Horry come up with a clutch shot from beyond that 3-point line? The Lakers now lead 98-96.
And that's only his second basket of the game. He's got 6 points here, all of them on three-pointers.
Kidd met by O'Neal. Van Horn had the shot deflected. Coming up on 2.5 remaining in the fourth quarter.
This is a big stop for the Nets right here. They got to make the Lakers miss and control the board.
Lakers in the midst of an 11-2 run. Bryant played on a switch by Martin. Shot clock down to 1. Bryant, yes! Kobe Bryant with the shot clock at 1 is able to drill it. And the Lakers showing poise and confidence have taken a 100-96 lead.
And against the Lakers, who play so well from behind, you have to continue to keep offensive pressure on them. Watch the defense of Kenyon Martin. Watch where his hand goes as Kobe lets this go. Right in his face. Watch that hand.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
Kobe Bryant delivering. Don't discount the contributions of Devin George, who's just been outstanding. His throwdown dunk was a big lift when it looks like the Lakers were on the brink.
The Nets led 94-87 with 6:40 remaining. In this fourth quarter, a 13-2 run by the Lakers has provided a 4-point lead. Here's Kidd. Yes, Jason Kidd continues to sparkle. 27 points along with 9 assists. The Nets down by 2 with a minute 45 remaining in the fourth. The Nets trying to get back into this series. Down 2-0. Lakers trying to make it 3-0. Bryant. 3 Lakers back. Kidd picked up by Shaw. Kidd and Horry able to field it.
The problem is when he does that, nobody else knows his shot's coming up, so they don't get a chance to get a second opportunity. And against the Lakers, you got to be true to the mark.
Come to Shaq right now, quickly.
Horry trying to get it to Shaq. 5 on the shot clock. Down to 3. O'Neal going glass with 1 on the 24. 102-98. Just under 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Kidd with the step. Kidd rejected by O'Neal. And the save by George. Shaquille O'Neal with his 4th block shot. And a foul on Van Horn with 42 seconds to go. Shaquille O'Neal still on the floor, indicating that he's all right.
Trying to find out if that hand is in one piece.
Phil Jackson was up off the bench. He realized that that defensive stop was the difference between an easy championship and one that's going to be a lot harder. But this block and Shaq keeping it inbounds. Devin George once again feeding off the brilliant play of Shaq, keeping this ball inbound, and Shaq's very tough landing. Basketball world can only hope that he's all right.
Shaq telling the bench that he is okay and that he wanted to stay on the floor. Kobe is now 6 of 8 from the line.
That is an incredible block. Shades of Bill Russell, who is here in attendance tonight, keeping it in bounds.
If there's a miss, the Nets got to have this one.
Well, Kobe Bryant misses on both. And the Nets take a timeout with 41.6 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Lakers 102, the Nets 98.
Right now they got to be decisive and clear-cut in the play that they want to run and how they want to run it. And they got Kenyon Martin, who's had great success against Robert Horry.
Out of 36 seconds. Van Horn. Yes! It's a two-pointer. The scoreboard flashing. That is a 3, but they'll have to make the correction. Timeout called by the Lakers. 34.1
Terrell. He wanted to play in the fourth, and he's here tonight. Drops in a big shot. He thought it was free. Everybody in the building did, but you can see his feet are clearly on the line. You know, and he has the bad right hand. The pinky is a little numb. But I think the guy that you ought to consider fouling, if he's still out there, is Devin George, but I think he's down.
Or do you play it out? 34 seconds remaining, 8-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
I think you play it out on defense. 10 seconds is plenty of time. Devin George has been taken out. Derek Fisher is now in the ballgame.
They are playing it out. O'Neal, guarded by Collins. Bryant double team. Kittle's trying to steal. Bryant, yes! Kobe Bryant extends to a 104-100 lead. So Kobe has 36, continuing his sensational play.
He has played so much better on the road in the playoffs this year. He lost his ball to maybe 5 times before he finally made an unbelievable shot.
But that's why you don't play it out, because he is so big in these situations. Look at the Nets are all over the ball, and yet once he gets it, he's under control, and that's money.
The Nets using their final timeout. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station. Of his 36 coming in the fourth quarter. What a move by Kobe Bryant against Jason Kidd.
He's just too good, Marv. But Kerry Kittles appeared to have a chance on that ball, and when he was standing outside and reaching, that allowed Kobe, who was not going to give up on that play no matter what, or give it to anybody else, to successfully complete it.
4-point Laker lead. Collins takes the shot. Kidd with the back tap. Van Horn falling away. Kept alive with 7 seconds remaining. Here's Kidd for 3. Yes! Nets do not have any timeouts remaining. Final seconds, they must foul. Van Horn grabbing Fox with 3.5 to go.
Surprise Fox held on to that ball. The Lakers were in motion and guys were flying up court. You just keep the ball moving, and they can't catch you to foul.
One more pass, and Jason Kidd, a big item here in the second half, gives them one more chance to maybe pull it out. They need a miracle right now. No free throws for the Lakers.
Rick Fox at 82% free throw
they're
shooter.
going to shoot them now. Yeah.
On the line for the first time, the Lakers do have a foul to give. Just 3.5 remaining. Nets do not have any timeouts. A 1-point Laker lead. So the Lakers now lead 105-103.
Kobe Bryant putting all of the Lakers in the right spots and saying, guys, we make it, we win it, we're in total control.
Fox hits on both. 3-point lead. Kidd, they didn't realize they had the foul again. Kidd gets it off. And the Lakers have defeated the Nets. 106-103. A heartbreaking loss for the Nets, for the Lakers. Another illustration of how well they face the pressure, in particular on the road in the postseason.
The Nets gave it everything they had, but they could not get past the Lakers. Game 4 was more of the same as the Lakers swept their way to their 3rd straight title. Shaq was simply dominant, maintaining that he was on a mission, averaging 36.3 points and 12.3 rebounds, demoralizing every defense that was thrown at him. And it was a unanimous selection for his 3rd straight NBA Finals MVP award. Thanks for watching Hardwood Classics on NBA TV. I'm Mark Fine. We'll see you again next time.